Good morning. This is Sandy Walker with Wisdom Wednesday. And today we're going to talk about buying the interest rate down. As interest rates go up, of course, we're going to want to try to figure out how to get those rates down as much as possible. And so your lender may be saying to you, hey, I can get you a better rate. But all rates come with a cost. And so let's talk about how that works. So there are some questions that maybe we should ask the lender when they're offering us a better rate than their competitor, because everything means something. So what does that exactly mean? What does it cost? That's super important because I'm going to show you a math equation. I know we don't love math, but when it comes to money, I kind of like math just because that way I know where my money is going. But what does it really cost? And so that's a big question for me. And then how many months do I have to pay this loan back before I actually recognize a savings on that loan? Because we could have a really great rate, but if it costs us a lot of money to get there, it may not be actually worth it. So what does buying down points really mean? The easiest way I can tell you about that is that you are paying interest up front. So instead of paying interest over time, you're giving them money up front in order to bring that rate down. So points are always a percentage of the loan. So if someone says it's going to cost you 1 point, that means it's going to cost you 1% of the loan. Therefore, if you have a $200,000 loan, 1 point is $2,000. If you have a $200,000 loan with 2 points, that is $4,000. Simple math, right? If you have a $50,000 loan and 1 point, it's only $500. So it depends upon how big of a house you're buying. And what does it cost? So every lender is going to charge something different to bring the cost of that interest rate down. So if you go call lender one and they want a half a point to bring down the rate 1%, or 1%, or they want 5 points to bring down the interest rate 1%, those are different costs. And so that's a dramatic example, of course, and I get that, and that's not really real, but you want to ask, what does it cost? How much money do I have to bring to the closing table in order to get this lower rate? So let's do a little math. We have a loan amount of 200,000, and guys, this is just a math equation. So it's for example only, it doesn't actually exist. Okay. So let's look at this. If we're going to buy down points and we're going to pay 2 points for a 0.5% reduction, maybe you're going from 5.5% to 5%, or from 6% to 5.5%, and it costs 2 points, then that's going to cost you that 0.5%, which is the $4,000. Now, you're going to pay this $4,000 to the lender at the time of closing. So how many months does it take to pay back that $4,000 here? So the best thing you can do is take the cost of the points, divide the monthly savings. So if that 0.5% is going to save you, say, $63 every month, we're going to take that dollar amount and we're going to divide it into the $4,000. After that, we're going to see that it takes 62.75 months in this example here. Therefore, it's going to take you a little over 5 years to pay back that prepaid interest or those points. If you are going to live in that house for 3 years, say you're one of my military families, and especially works here, and you know in 3 years you're going to get transferred, please, please don't buy these points down. It's not worth it. You're overpaying so that you can tell your friends and family, hey, look, I got this great rate. It's so amazing. It's not amazing. You just way spent over on the money. I had a girl one time, and I knew that she was probably going to pay her loan off early because That's just, I knew her and knew that's how she was. She was getting a 15-year note, and the point she was buying, it was going to take her about 12 years to pay back that money on those points. And I said to her, I said, when do you think you're going to pay this off? And she said, oh, I'll probably pay this off in 8 or 9 years. I said, then you are paying too much for this loan. So guys, pay attention to this. Do the math. Don't let the lender overcharge you on prepaid interest or points when you're not going to stay in that house. Or if you think you're going to refinance, don't do it. Do the math. Okay. So ask your lender, what does it mean when you're trying to get me to pay these points? What does it cost? And how many months do I actually have to live in this house and not refinance this house for before this amount of money actually saves me some money? Because in our example, remember, it was more than 5 years before we actually saw savings because you had paid that $4,000 up front. So just a little math today, and don't be scared of it. If you have questions, please feel free to call me. I'm always available. Sandi Walker with Keller Williams, and have a great and wonderful day. I'd love to help you buy or sell real estate. Thank you.